side. Never been the kind of guy to stay inside the guidelines. I know I'm the bad guy, I don't gotta ask why. If you try step to me, it'll be the last time. I got dirt on my name, 6 feet in the ground. I got people in my past try bringing me down. Say I'm losing my mind, I don't wanna be found. Grew up in the shadow, but I know they watching me now.
Paranoid, undergoing movie sign. Pull up on it, I got trauma right behind me. Bite the bullet, certain time to single handed. I'm gonna show you how to crush that pony. Every time you pop up, they hoping that you fall hard. They praying for the death of a rock star. Everybody hates it ever since you got more. They praying for the death of a rock star. They love it when you lost, boy. Another low life at the top floor. Everybody hates it ever since you got more. They praying for the death of a rock star. They talk about me, I forget to listen. At least I get the recognition. Heavyweight, I'll pull up on you with the repetition. You in the pit, it's not no exhibition. Oh, they big man, I'm the big boss. Talk a big game, take a big loss. Growing up, I was a problem that they didn't solve. I'm the piece that wouldn't fit inside a jigsaw. I got a lot of punchlines and a quick jab. I'm running straight through, I don't got a zigzag. Got a heavy heart, sort of live fast. From the cradle to the grave, never change, make a dig that. Undergoing movie sign. Pull up on it, I got trouble right behind me. Bite the bullet, certain time to single handed. I'm gonna show you how to crush that pony. Every time you pop up, they hoping that you fall hard. They praying for the death of a rock star. Everybody hates it ever since you got more. They praying for the death of a rock star. They love you when you lost, boy. Another low life at the top floor. Everybody hates it ever since you got more. They praying for the death of a rock star.
Wanna kiss me long at night with a rose, hoping that the Eiffel falls. Of course, you don't understand the life we chose. On life support, need my silence, my privacy, so I can heal. And even rock stars got feelings that they feel in reality. It's just repeats like a drill.
Every time you pop up, they hoping that you fall hard. They praying for the death of a rock star. Everybody hates it ever since you got more. They praying for the death of a rock star. They love it when you lost, boy. Not a low life at the top floor. Everybody hates it ever since you got more. They praying for the death of a rock star. Pop up, they hoping that you fall hard. They praying for the death of a rock star. Everybody hates it ever since you got more. They praying for the death of a rock star.
They're coming straight in. Trust me, I've got.
Hey, this is what you came for. Blood on the game bowl. Everybody drop it like rainfall. This is your moment. Eyes on a puppet. Can't think, chest just open. And they're singing your praises. La la la. Screaming your name. La 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 la. One more step, you're immortal now. 'Cause once you play God, once you play God, they're gonna crumble one by one. Then we gonna ride right into I'm on my knees, pray for glory. Anyone read this underdog story? I can't lose myself again. Help me raise this heart. I'm brave. Once you play good, but once you play God, they're gonna crumble one by one. Then we gon' right into the sun like it's the day my kingdom come. Once you play God, once you play God, they gotta crumble one by one. Then we gon' right into the sun like it's the day my kingdom come. Baby, we're once you play.
Okay, least scuffed stream of all time, guys. Welcome everybody. We had some technical difficulties, we had some drafting difficulties, we had difficulties of all sorts and types. Regardless of that, we've made it through. We have managed to get a full team for Ballin' Cat fans. All I gotta say is if Ballin' Cat fans ends up winning this, big props to them because they've had some random teammates throughout pretty much this whole time. And shout out to them for being patient and making it work, all that sort of stuff. So we're going to go ahead and just get right into it. I did ask for a coin side from Sims for Scuttle. They're going to be playing in this first match versus Ballin' Cat 43 fans. And it looks like we did get a tails from Mr. Give Me Scuttle. Here's the proof here. Boom. So he's going to get side selection. Let's go ahead and ask him. Oh, I didn't show it on stream, excuse me. Let's get back in there. Sorry for the delays once again, but we're making it work. FNBCF stands for Phil. Yeah, basically, at this point, it does stand for Phil. We've had a lot of Phils. Anyways, I'll thank you guys one more time for all of your patience. We do have Simps for Scuttle choosing the red side, so we'll go ahead and get the draft ready. Get this sent over to Mr. Jay-Z Jax. Turn on some tunes for you guys while I'm doing all the technical stuff that I had to wait until now to do. Sims for Scuttle, if any of you are watching the stream, I did send EOPGG of the new top laner, and we also do have the support that filled for BCF last time as well, so I'm sure you guys are aware of that. Otherwise, we should be chilling. Just gonna get these sent over, and we're gonna start draft real fast. Getting the spectate link to everyone now. If there are any teams in here that have a teammate that's not in the lobby, please invite them so we can get this started. Alright, so let's get some predictions in the chat whenever you guys are ready. I do want to see what you guys think is going to happen. Just a quick rundown one more time. Today is the finals, however, if Crayon Box does not succeed in winning their best of 5 for today, we'll be playing another best of 5 for tomorrow. Just so you guys are aware. Stream still coming forever? It is. Looks like we're having some more technical difficulties, but I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect? Alright, we should be ready to start the draft whenever both teams are ready. Need to get everyone in the lobby though. Let's get Luke in here. We got Donnie Tsunami in here. Got Neo. Okay, the teams are in the lobbies. We have a brand new top lane. We have a brand new support for the Ball and Cap fans. Ball and Cap fans are going to be on blue side for this first match, and we are going to be going into a best of 3. Just so everyone's aware. BCF banning Syndra and Yasuo or Syndra Diana. Yeah, definitely. They do not want to see a proper execution of the Yasuo Diana combo. That's really, really scary to play against. You have to be very on top of the vision. You have to be very on top of not grouping, so they don't hit that disgusting combo. Anyways, here we go. I think I'm seeing some ready ups from both sides here on the draft, so we should be getting started. Hit him with the respectful start. You know what I mean? Okay, here we go. The draft has begun. I'll send the link again. So what are you guys predicting for the ending of this tournament? Music's a bit loud. Okay, thank you. Especially the pentakill, that rock music be hidden. You know what I mean? Okay. I think I turned it down too much, but it's okay. It's just to fill in whenever I'm silent and drown out the noise of the generator in the background. Okay, Ball and Cap fans are going to be banning out the Samira first, as well as Sims for Scuttle banning out the Akali. We definitely don't want to see that Samira Rakan bot lane, so they're going to go ahead and get that out of the way first. I don't know the players for BCF, but I think SS will take the cup. That's what I'm hoping for. You know, my wife is on Sims for Scuttle, so I'm definitely rooting for their team. They also have a few members from the tournament that I played in myself last time, so I'm definitely rooting for them, although I think it's a pretty fair tournament at this point. I think all of the teams have a really solid chance. Obviously, Crayon Box has the biggest advantage out of all of them whenever it comes to the way the tournament's laid out now. Since they haven't lost any of their games yet, it's going to be pretty hard to take them down. But we're going to see. We're going to see. How's the audio sounding, guys? Everything good? Oh, we are seeing the Syndra from Sims for Scuttle. I'm surprised it didn't get banned. Syndra's a very, very hard contested pick right now. I know that she just got nerfed. I don't know what they did to her. I would assume it's probably something along the lines of like either early game damage or like mana resource early game, because she kind of just goes unpunished in the laning phase nowadays. She got really, really big power spikes because of the Doran's Ring changes that came out a few patches ago. And, you know, of course, Doran's Ring changes are beneficial for all champions that want to build it. However, Syndra has the type of kit that can utilize it very, very well. Her laning phase is adaptable, I suppose. She can adapt to most matchups pretty well. And, you know, the QE doesn't have a ton of counterplay already. So laning that and just getting instant more value just due to those Doran Ring buffs is pretty huge. So we're seeing the Thresh Aphelios bot lane. We're seeing the Syndra Lux on the Sims for Scuttle side. And we are seeing potentially a Bel'Veth, potentially a Hecarim from Ball and Cat fans here. I'm surprised to see them not get the Lux pick out of the way. I know a lot of bot lanes can be won just by picking the Lux as the support there. We do know that that is a Lux support as well, as that's what the Panda Queen likes to play when she does opt for the mage bot lane. Lots of swapping around. We are going to lock in the Jarvan here for the Ball and Cat fans jungle. seeing the Hui ban as well. We do know that that is a pick of Ziltches in the mid lane. He's been whipping that out in the tournament a little bit. And Hui just got some nice buffs as well. Whenever I first played Hui on the PBE, I was a little confused on what kind of value his WW had, which is the shield, the little AoE shield, because since it ticked in so slowly, it seemed a little bit niche to use. And so with those most recent buffs, now this shield will actually activate instantly. So that's a really, really big change for him, and I've seen myself using it a lot in team fights whenever I don't need the move speed or the mana and a little bit of extra damage there. Sometimes that shield is just far more beneficial. We are seeing a Lux Kai'Sa in the bot lane. Might be a little bit hard for Kai'Sa to snowball here without just going for full all-ins in the laning phase, but fortunately, since she does have a Lux support, she's going to be able to chunk them out quite a bit, making those all-ins a little bit more viable. So we're going to be seeing a Yasuo ban from Sims for Scuttle here, and a Renekton ban from Ball and Cat fans. I'm glad to see the Renekton ban, as much as I do enjoy seeing Agu play pretty much any champion because he's pretty strong mechanically. Renekton's a little bit boring, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Just a little bit boring. I don't know. We see it all the time. Orianna, also a pick that's just a little bit boring. Don't like to see that all the time. Agu is unbannable. I can agree with that. I'm surprised to see that they're actually leaving the Aatrox open. He has been absolutely destroying on Aatrox. But more importantly, the Riven is still open. I'm curious to see if they ban that with this slot here. But Agu is quite a talented Riven player. I would say pretty much the majority of his champion mastery has gone into Riven there. So keep that in mind, see if the Riven pick comes out. We haven't seen him play it in the tournament yet. I think it is typically banned, at least on the second round here. So we will see. We're seeing the Maokai ban, actually. Okay, interesting. That's to ban out the Maokai jungle. They're not interested in seeing that in their comp. And actually, we saw the Orianna ban hovered, but they did not go for it. They ended up banning Ornn, I suppose. And Orianna was picked here. So curious to see how they will play around that. I know that Syndra is pretty good into Orianna typically. And we are also going to see the Mordekaiser locked in the top lane, I believe. Chrono is going to be the top laner that's filling in for Ball and Cat fans here. And I think he typically plays Aatrox a lot top lane. So getting that picked away from him is a bit of a shame. But he is going to be locking in the Mordekaiser in order to neutralize that lane a little bit and try his best to scale into the later stages of the game. You know, the Mordekaiser ult is always going to have value, but it is important for the Mordekaiser to not get too far behind. Otherwise, he's just going to lose in the arena. And, you know, the faster Mordekaiser dies, the faster they get out. And then that's one teammate down. So that's definitely something to consider. And we're going to be seeing a Darius. That's going to be a Darius jungle, actually. We do know that Give Me Scuttle, the captain of Sims for Scuttle, tends to play some top laners in the jungle. Sometimes he pulls out the Garen. Sometimes he pulls out the Darius. I did see him pull out the Aatrox the other day, so there's a very small chance we're actually seeing an Aatrox in the jungle. However, I don't see Agu play Darius a lot, so. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started on this. Show the draft for just a little bit longer. We will go ahead and move the client over so you guys can get a confirmation on what lanes all these picks are going into. So we are confirming the Mordekaiser top, the Jarvan in the jungle, the Orianna in the mid lane, the Aphelios ADC, and the Thresh support for the Ball and Cat fan side. We're going to be seeing Aatrox in the top lane, Darius in the jungle, Syndra in the mid lane, Kai'Sa and Lux in the bot lane as ADC and support. We're going to see how it goes. That's the Sims for Scuttle roster. And we'll have to wait out this champion pick section. And then, of course, we'll have to wait out our favorite 5-minute delay. But thank you guys for joining me here on the finals. And hopefully you guys are right in your predictions. We'll see. Once I hit affiliate for the next tournament, hopefully, we'll be able to do some channel points. You guys can do a little bit of gambling with some artificial currency. I think that would be a good time. That would be a lot of fun. But for now, it's just going to be word of mouth and bragging rights. Hope you guys are all cool with that. Yes, we do have Carson on the Thresh. So once again, in case you guys didn't catch it before, we have a fill, actually 2 fills for the Ball and Cat fans here. Donnie Tsunami, Jay-Z Jax, and Luton have pretty much stuck it out the whole time. They've always been available. And the reason we're running into a lot of availability issues on this team compared to other teams is because this team actually had to be organized like 2 days before the tournament even started. And as you know, we've been planning this for a while. Most of the rosters have been set in stone, but we had a whole team drop out beforehand. So I had to scrape some people up. Fortunately, we have some willing players here that like to compete. But the unfortunate result of that is that they don't always have the availability as planned just because they had such a short notice here. Where can I gamble? No gambling yet. Not yet. Next tournament will be in February, and we're going to gamble somehow, okay? Channel points. Maybe you guys can redeem them for me to do silly stuff. I'm not going to eat, like, nasty food. I have food allergies as well. They're a little bit complicated. Yeah, I'm that guy. I know, I'm sorry. It's really cringe, but, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Also, I want to show off my cool little stream deck thing here. I can switch this to my camera with the press of a button. It's really cool. Really, really cool. Now you guys get to look at my ugly face real quick while we're waiting for the delay here. But yeah, I hope you guys are excited. I'm very, very excited myself. One more time for those who didn't hear, we're going to be doing a best of 3. We have Simps for Scuttle versus Ball and Cap fans here. Yeah, it's going to be great. Switching this off my face now. Thank you. I'm glad you like the camera border. I can't take credit for that myself, but I think it's cool. I'm going to go silent for just a second here so I can sort out this new really, really scuffed overlay. Guitar stream win. I'm very rusty on the guitar, I'm not going to lie to you, but apparently because of some event that Fortnite decided to do, they're actually going to be remaking the Guitar Hero controllers, which is super, super exciting because that's kind of the big problem currently is there are no like new Guitar Hero controllers, and it makes it really, really hard to, you know, go buy an old one that's all scuffed up and beat up and barely works. One of the buttons sticks or whatever. So yeah, maybe we'll see some Clone Hero or something. That'd be cool. Yeah, Clone Hero. Clone Hero. The problem is the guitar though. I want Luton to lose. What do I have to do for him to lose? I don't know. You might have to make some bets with him personally. Yeah, I'm very excited to play Clone Hero. I'll definitely be getting one of those new Guitar Hero controllers when they come out, for sure. Okay. As you can see, I'm messing with this like extremely scuffed overlay right now. It'll look better next time, but it's the first time. Just be a little bit patient with me, okay? Just a little bit patient. But I want you guys to be able to see which team is on which side. I think this will help quite a bit. Yeah, I know Rock Band still makes their controllers, or at least that's what I've heard as well, but let's be honest. Nothing beats the Guitar Hero controllers. Nothing beats those. They just feel the best. The strummer is better. The buttons are better. I don't know. They feel like they're higher quality. Lots of good things coming out of that. Okay, let's get the music off before we get into this game real quick. Alright, least scuff stream of all time. That's okay. We're officially into the game, so none of that stuff matters anymore. Now our focus is on the players. We're going to see how they perform. Simps for Scuttle is in the loser's bracket, but they are the last team in the loser's bracket here.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
See how it goes. See how it goes. Seeing the standard vision line, the 5-man vision line. Oh gosh. First Rock Band drums with cardboard? I don't know about that. That's crazy. Ice walking up, pressuring this hook for the level 1.
Minions have spawned.
Pressuring that early trade. If you do get traded on this early in the game, you're either going to have to commit teleport or play your lane out with low HP in order to not fall behind in XP. So it was a good timing for him to walk up there and try to get something done. Ooh, plus 20 gold for the Panda Queen. That's a significant gold lead for Simps for Scuttle here. So I think they just win now, right? That's how this goes. The standard, this is the 2023 mid lane. That's for sure. The Orianna versus the Syndra, two of the most contested picks currently. Very, very strong champions. Despite the nerfs, I can't imagine they nerfed them that badly, but regardless of that, they're really good champions in team-based environments as well. Here we're seeing some gameplay from Mr. Chrono here, dodging the Aatrox Q1 and the Q2. Getting a couple auto trade back. We are seeing both junglers path from top to bottom, which is something worth noting. I would consider the ganks from Jarvan to be quite more beneficial than the ganks from Darius here early game. I think Darius is more so looking to take these early game skirmishes that are kind of just handed to him. It might be a little bit tough for him to just kind of ghost into a lane and get value unless their bot lane's going to be really overextended here. The Syndra, or sorry, the Orianna, will be able to get away pretty quickly with her W if she uses it properly, but we do see an Airy on the Orianna, which is interesting. Typically we would see Phase Rush if it's not a lane that she can easily punish. But it looks like JZ Jax is pretty confident in punishing the Syndra, although we're seeing a lot of trades back and forth here. We're seeing a crash on the top side, so Mordekaiser's just going to be in a little bit of an awkward spot here as the wave bounces back towards Aatrox, as Aatrox is going to hit level 4 soon. Actually, it looks like the bounce didn't go through, so he's safe for now. Seeing a nice stun by Neolaben here. A little bit of a trade back by the JZ Jax, and Neolaben's going to have a significant mana advantage. Seeing the flash hook by Ice onto the Panda Queen here, forcing the flash, and she still might go down just simply due to the Aphelios range here, but we are seeing Give Me Scuttle come in for the counter play. He's going to instantly pop Ghost, go in, hit the Q, try to play off the lantern. We see Donnie Tsunami ready to counter gank this as well. I think he failed the EQ flash, which is a little unfortunate for them, but it looks like this still may be beneficial for the Ballin' Cat fans here. Snake is going to be able to get a lot of value in here. Donnie Tsunami can't quite confirm the kill with that Q. And it looks like they're going to get out scot-free. We have the Panda Queen going down, and we also have Luton going down as well on the Aphelios. So, Nerve, it looks like your dreams are coming true. Luton has already died once, however, he did trade a kill as well, so he's not super far behind compared to the Kai'Sa here, but it's definitely still something to consider. Seeing some early boots from the Aatrox into a longsword. Still has his potion to continue. The Winner's Trophy and MVP trophy for this tourney are going to be collector's items. Man, I hope so. I hope so. One day, maybe they can sell them on eBay for $50 or something. Here's Luton trying to hold on here, wants to cut down this wave just a little bit so he doesn't have to deal with such a big bounce on the offside. Playing off a bounce into a Lux can be a little bit tricky because she can get a lot of good poke damage whenever they're trying to get that other crash in, so something to consider there as well. We've got Chrono roaming down just to get some priority over here for Jarvan. Pretty stock standard stuff happening in the mid lane. Tiny CS on Neo here on the Syndra. I don't know. I'm expecting these games are going to be played out a little bit slowly here. Just because, you know, it is the finals after all. A team will be eliminated after this match specifically. Can we just look at this beautiful top lane gameplay real quick? I know we see the Panda Queen coming for a gank. This could be really, really good for her. She has no flash. The Q is going to go a little bit wide there. Or he's going to kite it out. And we are seeing Chrono get zoned out a little bit. However, the wave is bouncing into him. So he's relatively safe here to just kind of play back, wait for the wave to come back. And not miss too much, not get traded on too hard in return. Let's see if he decides to play off of this. Does have to be careful here. Might have to blow his flash in order to prevent dying from the Aatrox here. And the auto is going to go through. It looks like Chrono did not have flash after all. So that's going to be a kill going over to Agu. Very, very scary on the Aatrox. I'm very surprised to not see that one banned at all. Getting a little bit of vision control here for Sims for Scuttle. Clearing out some of this vision so that he can try to make his way back bot side at some point. Because as we know, the Ori is going to be a little bit tough to gank. Now she has flashless, so he's looking. He's considering it. This might be actually a really, really good opportunity for him. She does have the ult to peel herself, but that's going to lose her a lot of pressure in lane. The Syndra EQ is coming through. will be pulled out of the other Syndra queue, which is unfortunate. We got Neolevin walking in for the ultimate, barely living on 1 HP. Do the minions kill? They do kill indeed. So we're going to see Give Me Scuttle go ahead and push this wave in to deny a little bit from the Orianna here. We are seeing some fighting in the bot lane as well. Looks like the hooks have come through. The Panda Queen is going to go down. And Luton standing at melee range in order to get the maximum efficiency from that the little ching-ching gun he has. I don't remember what it's called, but it's going to be another 2 kills for Luton, which puts Simster Scuttle really, really behind in the bot lane, which we definitely don't want to see for them because their bot lane is very, very strong. I think they're strong in all of their lanes and in the jungle as well, but I may argue that their bot lane is maybe their strongest lane typically. Don't want to see Snakethean getting a lot of kills because he will absolutely take over again. Oh, we are seeing some very, very high ping by the Lux. That might be part of the reason that they're getting hooked in the bot lane. That's a shame to see. We don't want to see our teammates lagging here, but this is how it goes sometimes. Lots of pressure coming out from the top lane here. He's just going to have to recall and take the L on that wave, unfortunately for him. But fortunately for Simster Scuttle, it looks like they're going to be able to get a nice little crash here and take away some of this vision that they do have on the bot side from the BCF side. Tabbing out for just a moment. Excuse me. My apologies. Forgive me. Oh, no. Here we go. First game's always a little scuffed. You gotta get stuff set up properly. Excuse me. We're not missing too much, don't worry. Okay, we are seeing the Rift Herald go down to Simster Scuttle here. They managed to get priority over this in the top side. NA production indeed, yeah. I mean, this is North America. This is what you expect. I wonder if you instantly get better at League and at production, things like this, by moving to, you know, Europe or Korea or something like that. Just default buff. Luton is going to live due to the Thresh shield. Looks like they got a really, really good engage there as well. And it looks like Simster Scuttle bot lane is struggling just a little bit here, probably due to those ping issues, unfortunately. Oh, we are seeing Give Me Scuttle come in for the hook onto the Chrono. He's going to ult him in order to try and live. Pull him under the tower, and he might actually commit for a trade here. Going to see the Ghost popped out from Give Me Scuttle here. Donnie Tsunami coming in, trying to clean something up. He's going to ult Give Me Scuttle here. It looks like Mordekaiser is going to go down to that Darius bleed, but Donnie Tsunami will come in to pick up 1 kill just to kind of trade things back a little bit. So, hey, we've got a Lux with 2,000 ping, and we've got 2 fills on the Ball and Cap fans here. So this is about as scuffed as it gets. Donnie Tsunami overstaying his welcome just a little bit here, was able to get the ultimate from the Aatrox there, but it was unfortunately supposed to trade his flash there. So not quite the worth trade-off. Overstayed just a little bit. Okay, we're seeing the ping improve a little bit from Panda Queen here. Some standard mage v mage trading in the mid lane. We are seeing a roam from Ice trying to come up into the top lane and go onto the Agu here. We'll see if this works. We'll see if this works. He can't see him on vision, so he doesn't know if he's recalling, so Ice is actually wasting a lot of time here. But fortunately, Luton is really, really strong already, so he's going to be able to hold his own in this bot lane despite it being a Lux support, which can be pretty difficult to deal with. Okay, we're seeing Ice roaming in the mid lane here, pressuring the Cinder. Cinder will come out with the EQ, and we do not have a flash on the Thresh here, it looks like. He is going to land the hook, but they're not able to make anything happen because they see Ray hovering from that top side river, so they can't quite commit the way they want to. But trading off pressure, definitely part of League of Legends, am I right? Lots of fighting over vision here. Seeing quite a few kills from the Ball and Cap fans here. Donnie was able to pick up that kill top lane, and of course Luton just tearing him up down here. Trade for both mid laners having 1 kill here as well. Something important to consider. Look at this Darius jungle, man. Only Give Me Scuttle would pick something like this in the tournament. I don't ever see people play Darius jungle, but he's confident on it. Hey Austin, glad you made it. Not too much happening right now. We do see Jarvan hovering around topside here. Chrono's tower has gone down, so he's playing pretty far back. We're going to see what Aatrox wants to do here. We do see Aatrox going into the Duskblade as well, which is pretty interesting. I think Gore Drinker gets a lot of value this game, but I think a lot of this stems from Agu's confidence to really pop off and snowball in this game, so Duskblade will be putting out tons of damage, that's for sure. Donnie is going to walk right past Give Me Scuttle and not even notice. JZ Jax may even face check the bush here and get pulled over the wall. This is really, really good for Give Me Scuttle. We have Cinder rotating over for the EQ. Jarvan's here. Ice is here. And it looks like this is actually just going to completely turn in favor of the Ballin' Cat fans here just due to purely lack of vision. Going to have to force the flash from Neo, and he still might go down to the Jarvan flag, but he does live on a very small amount of HP here. Go ahead and press tab. Take a look at the items here. We do see a 2-0 Aatrox with Duskblade, a 1-1 Syndra with Ludens, which I think Ludens gets pretty good value this game. You might argue that Leandries is a better option here. I do like Leandries in a lot of the mages I play personally as a mid lane mage player. I just really like the cooldown reduction. You don't get the move speed, you don't get the pen, but everyone builds magic resist anyways, so you really want the pen? Who knows? Who knows? Ori looking to be a little bit delayed on her reset here. She's going to crash this Cannon Wave in and take another little reset, get her item, and then she'll be on par with the Cinder's items here as well. Maybe even with a little bit of a lead from that 300 extra gold. Might pick up a Dark Seal on the way back as well. Standard jungle clearing, standard pressure. We did see the second dragon go over to Ballin' Cat fans here.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Chrono getting zoned out quite a bit. We do know Aatrox has really, really good chase potential here, so it doesn't look like Chrono's going to be able to escape. He will go ahead and ult Agu here, and this is going to be a 3v3 situation we're seeing in the top lane. A flash hook by Ice goes wide. They're unable to lock down this Aatrox. We're going to see Ballin' Cat fans just fully accept the retreat here. They don't have enough vision to kind of turn this into anything, so they want to play a little bit safe. Don't want to throw this little bit of a lead that they have. Now, Give Me Scuttle going for the invade on the blue buff here is very, very risky. He might just be trying to draw them back out because they know that they have the advantage in this fight with the Syndra being a level up. We do have 2 levels on the Aatrox here as well. However, the Mordekaiser roll value is absolutely crazy. We are seeing Donnie Tsunami go ahead and ult there. We're seeing Chrono go ahead and ult there as well. Looks like he is going to go down here. We're seeing the Ghost come out from Give Me Scuttle as well. There's a lot happening, but nothing happening at the same time. These teams are very, very cautious whenever it comes to how they want to play these early skirmishes. They don't want to coin flip anything, and if they're not sure how much of an advantage they have, and a solo kill going to Neo Laban, very, very well executed stun under tower there. Like to see that. And we're actually seeing a whole tower go to Sims for Scuttle here. Ballin' Cat fans is losing a lot of their tempo, really trying to force something in that top side over the Rift Herald here. I forgot what I was talking about earlier, but it doesn't matter. I mean, stuff's happening. Stuff's happening here. Ice hooking a minion. Just gotta make sure the whole wave crashes. And it looks like they're probably gonna end up sending both bot laners from Ballin' Cat fans into the top lane here just to kind of address this Aatrox and make sure he doesn't just run it into their base. Seeing Ice hover here, looking for a hook. I'm pretty confident that Luton and Ice on the Aphelios and Thresh can take down the Agu 2v1. But I'm not sure. Agu can definitely pull out some crazy mechanics, and he's able to dodge most of the Thresh abilities. There's a chance that he can just 2v1 by himself. We are seeing the Sims for Scuttle bot lane in the mid lane here. Nice rotation by them. They're going to send their mid laner into the bot lane to clear the side wave so that way he can roam back up and just kind of hover for his team to see what happens. Of course, Sims for Scuttle is simping for Scuttle. They walked over immediately to make sure they were able to get that. Very well played by them. It's in the name after all. If you're Ballin' Cat fans, you got to see it coming. Wow, that is a lot of damage onto Chrono from the Syndra. The Syndra is definitely looking out of hand. You know, originally I would say this might be in the Ballin' Cat fans' favor because that early game pressure they were allowed to get. But Sims for Scuttle is looking like they're actually bringing it back, not just through the top side either. Syndra is very, very strong. She's kind of taking over the game, just completely harassing Donnie Tsunami here. Just gonna get ulted. She's all by herself. Not gonna be able to pick up the kill onto Donnie Tsunami. Oh, she is, unfortunately. Mordekaiser ult came out just a little bit late, and it looks like Mordekaiser's actually gonna get caught by Give Me Scuttle here as well. This is looking really, really rough for the Ballin' Cat fans.
I know, it makes them tick.
I don't know how this can go. We're seeing a pretty significant gold lead, at least for this point in the game, towards the Sims for Scuttle side. But this game can most definitely go either way. We know that Orianna getting off a really nice ult combined with the Aphelios ult in a team fight could absolutely change the trajectory of this game instantly in just one single fight. We do see the dragon spawning here. We have both teams rotating over there. It looks like Ray is able to get a lot of the pressure and early vision and space that they need for this dragon beforehand, before the Ballin' Cat fans are able to rotate over. So I'm thinking that this dragon may actually just end up going towards the Sims for Scuttle side. Taking that vision plant out of the way. They have the jungle, support, mid, ADC, and top lane all grouping over this dragon, making sure that they have this space. They don't want to give over any more dragons. Very, very good that they've recognized, hey, we're in the lead now. We really need to capitalize off of this. We can't be giving stuff away anymore. They are playing pretty aggressively in the jungle here. They don't want to get caught by a Thresh Hook. This could be pretty dangerous for them. Gonna be rotating out, maintaining the space over the dragon. We're gonna look at the red vision really quick. As you can see, they have a lot of space over here. They have every single exit and entrance of the enemy jungle warded here. And looks like Ballin' Cat fans are actually just gonna opt to trade for the mid tower here. They don't have a wave because Neo was able to come up and clear it. And looks like Sims for Scuttle are gonna be taken over this dragon uncontested by Ballin' Cat fans. See what it looks like for them. They're completely in the dark. I'm sure they know that the dragon is being taken down, but they're not gonna be able to face check it safely without just throwing the whole game away on accident. So.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Baron is spawning in about a minute, so they're going to go ahead and rotate over there, get the vision down. And they're looking to collapse on Krona here on the Mordekaiser. He will take down the tower before he dies, but I think he's happy to trade his life for this. Tower and space on the map is very, very beneficial for them. He's going to miss the pull on the Syndra, but it doesn't really matter how he plays this. He's going to go down. He traded his life for the tower, and that's respectable. Might even be able to take out the Panda Queen here just from the Mordekaiser ultimate. Panda Queen is actually going to have to blow her flash and her ultimate to try and stay alive here, but very good fighting by her. Jay-Z Jax getting picked off by Aatrox here in the bot lane. Ice tried to flash hook to save that play. Unfortunately, was just a little bit too late. Very, very good attempt by him. But Aglu is definitely raid boss at this point. As we can see, we see two members of the Ballin' Cat fans here rushing into the, what are they called now? The plated steel caps. So we see Aatrox immediately going to the armor penetration item, the Last Whisper, and he has the stopwatch as well in order to avoid giving away his shutdown. We're seeing an absolutely perfect performance by the Aatrox here. And it looks like Give Me Scuttle is going to get away with the blue buff here as well. Donnie Tsunami was unable to come and claim it, so he's going to take his romp and see what he can do elsewhere on the map. We are seeing a Leandries from the Orianna here. Aatrox and Darius are both pretty ahead, so the Leandries is going to help her cut down and kite them out whenever they're trying to do their thing in the team fights. And I'm curious to see if we see an Oblivion Orb here from the Orianna as well. As you guys know, if you build Oblivion Orb or Morellonomicon on top of the Leandries burn will actually refresh the tick of the Oblivion Orb, therefore resulting in more consistent anti-heal here. Donnie Tsunami, not quite understanding that he doesn't have a ton of pressure in his jungle right now due to the significant lead that Sims for Scuttle have, so he's unfortunately having to give some of these camps away. He's taking what he can get here. Luton having the backup here. Does not want to get hit by the QE by Cinder, but Jarvan appears to be tanking it anyways. They are going to go ahead and commit to this play here. Very, very good ult by the Kai'Sa in order to dodge the Jarvan ult here. Perfect kiting by everyone here from Sims for Scuttle side. Donnie Tsunami once again failing the EQ flash. You know, at a certain point, I think you stop going for it. maybe try a different champion, or just don't try that combo. It ends up being a waste of flash. You know, it's inconsistent sometimes. I get it. I'm not blaming Donnie Tsunami here. It happens. We're not perfect League of Legends players. I've been playing a little bit of Yone in my ranked games, and I used to be really good at the Q3 flash, where you can start the Q3 previously, you know, flash during the animation and then relocate the position of the knock up there. And I've been messing it up like every time and just completely throwing my game. So no blame to Donnie Tsunami. It happens to everybody. They are going to be taking down this mid tower against the Ball and Cap fans here. Ice trying not to take too much damage from the Aatrox. He is going to look for the hook, pull him in, and Aatrox actually might go down, give away the shutdown. He does have the stopwatch, so they're going to have to address the Cinder Poke here before they take him out. Lantern straight into the Lux ultimate. That is a lot of damage, and Agu being able to proc the Dust Blade because of that really, really good ultimate by the Panda Queen, pushing a little bit more damage into the Ball and Cap fans here, while the Syndra adds in some insult to injury with a big chunk from the QE. Guys, this Syndra is scary. The Luden's Shadow Flame is putting in some value, that's for sure. I don't know, can we check damage done? Yeah, damage done, 2100 from the Ludens, compared to the 804 burn damage from the Leandries here on the JZ Jacks. They are going to go ahead and confirm the Baron here. They're not going to be able to be contested by Ball and Cap fans here due to the deaths that they just acquired, as well as just the wave states, the vision lines, and things like that. They are waiting for Agu to respawn before they finish this Baron. Very smart play by them. They want Agu to have the Baron, so that way he can apply a lot of that side lane pressure by himself. As we've seen, Agu is quite self-sustainable. He did get picked there in the mid lane, but they were pushing for some centralized objectives there into the Ball and Cap fans nexus, so there's always a lot of danger in that, considering the whole team can rotate at the drop of a hat. Are seeing some good grouping here by Ball and Cap fans. They're going to try and take over this space on the Dragon before Ball and Cap fans get here, or before Sims for Scuttle gets here. Let's go ahead and look at the red side vision. It looks like they don't currently see the Ball and Cap fans here, but they're still going to take the space over anyway, so they know that they have such a significant gold lead, and Ball and Cap fans just have no vision here. They have no idea if anyone's at the Dragon or not. Luton being able to dodge that EQ from the Cinder is very, very good. If he dodges the Q and the W, he's going to live through the ultimate. Very, very big pick onto the Syndra there. The Syndra is one of their strongest members. Looks like Give Me Scuttle is also going to go down. Snakey also going to go down. This is really, really going into the Ball and Cat's favor. Despite the space difference here, Luton is just absolutely popping off. Nerve, I'm sorry to say, but it looks like Luton's taking over this game. They're going to be chasing over the Panda Queen here, committing to the dive. He will get rooted under tower and actually go down here. There's no way he can live, even with the Ori shield. He is going to live through the Ori shield. Oh, gosh. That is not looking good for Sims for Scuttle. Now, this is only one Dragon down. It's only one team fight down. They are still at a 10,000 gold lead here. Just about. It's going to change here. It's going to be about 8,000. Regardless of that, it is still looking scary for the Ball and Cap fans. This is a really good entrance for them to get back into this game. But as long as the Cinder doesn't get picked like that again, or miss the combos like that again, then I'm not sure Ball and Cap fans have a chance here. A little bit of misplaying from the Sims for Scuttle side there. But we're going to see how this next fight goes. If it happens again, then Ball and Cap fans can most definitely swing this, especially with the upcoming Baron spawn. I'm taking a drink of water. Give me one more. QE coming out from Neolaven, not able to connect, but Ray does not care. He is ghosting in. Very, very good Lantern by Ice there in order to protect his ADC from getting pulled. So that's a really big cooldown for Darius, so being committed onto the Luton there. Just because, you know, Darius doesn't have his own mobility really. He only really has the E to pull them into him, so not having that ghost is pretty significant, although they are choosing to fight him when his ghost is still up. A beautiful QE from Cinder here. Let's actually switch back to everyone's vision. My apologies on that one. Very nice Lux ult coming through onto Donnie Tsunami, making it that much harder for him to go in for a play with his ultimate. They're going to have to recall, get their tempo back here, get their health bars, and get their items before they commit to a full fight here. Looks like the Ori ult went wide there as well. I'm not sure if that was a misclick or maybe a misjudgment of where the ball is. That happens to me sometimes in Orianna. I'll ult thinking my ball is on top of the whole team and it was on me the whole time, and I get really embarrassed. So, I mean, it happens. No blame to them. Very good QE by Neolaven. But Luton's got a lot of peel here by his team. He's got the Jarvan and the Thresh standing next to him, so he's going to be able to get out scot-free. Take another look at the scoreboard. Orianna's definitely scaling up a little bit, so they need to be careful. Although with the Orianna ult down, I'm not surprised if they're really sending it in here. Neo does have flash to escape the Jarvan ult if he needs to. And he's gonna flash far too late, far too greedy with that flash. And it looks like Chrona's actually gonna start running them down here. Luton, once again, coming in with a lot of damage. The Gale Force there, gonna be able to dodge the Lux ult. Very, very, very well played by Luton and Chrono here. Agu, once again, trying to do what he can to bring this back, but he is going to get pulled in by the Mordekaiser there. Shout my balls. Yes, shout out to my balls. He has changed his name to Flitch in League of Legends, and he will be playing in the next series that we're watching today. It will be a best of 5 with whichever team wins this series. So as we know, this is game 1. Ballin' fans are proving to be very, very successful in a lot of these team fights. Seeing a little bit of greed from the Sims for Scuttle mid laner, making these fights really, really hard to play for Sims for Scuttle whenever the mid laner is down. So I think they're starting to realize as long as they pick Syndra, I think they have a really good chance of bringing this game back. Now they are very, very behind as far as towers and just map pressure in general goes, but they do have a dragon, so if they're able to win this soul fight, they have a really, really good chance of bringing it back. Excited to see what happens. Clear in the jungle, and teamwork makes the dream work. That's the motto of Sims for Scuttle. Shout out to Ligma. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Once again, we're seeing some pressure creator over here at the Dragon Pit by Sims for Scuttle. Neo once again walking in by himself, getting very, very aggressive with a decent little lack of vision there. Let's go ahead and look at the red vision here. So they have vision over both of the entrances. They'll be able to see if the Ballin' fans walk in, but they're not going to be able to force anything into their jungle without being at risk of getting Jarvan or Orianna ulted. We do have to keep in mind the potential of Orianna to deliver her ball with the Jarvan. You get a little bit of extra range if you put your ball onto someone else who can dive a little bit deeper into the back line. Very good ult opportunity for them. Donnie Tsunami asserting his dominance here. See what it's looking like for the blue side. They are getting most of Sims for Scuttle on vision here. Donnie Tsunami pulling the trigger a little bit too early, but we are going to see Give Me Scuttle pulled in here. Agu with a really nice teleport, able to maintain that spell shield. Is going to flash in for the Q1, not able to connect unfortunately. Missing a lot of the combos there. We're seeing Neo once again in a very, very bad position. It looks like he may have been Mordekaiser ulted there. He's going to do as much damage to him as he can before he goes down. Now we're looking at a 4v4 on both sides here. They do have a lot of poke potential from the Lux. See if the hook lands. Very, very good sidestep by the Panda Queen, immediately going into the ult to try and take out Luton. It's going to go a little bit wide, but you know, Lux ult's pretty easy to dodge. Very, very well executed combo by the Ballin' fans there. Orianna's able to get that ultimate in. Now Snake, Agu, and Give Me Scuttle are looking to contest this still. They're very, very strong as 3. Snake is taking a lot of damage from that Aphelios turret. We see the Thresh hook go down, so Give Me Scuttle's going to walk in and just start trading with him instantly, hoping that Agu can get in and do the same. We're going to see the Duskblade come out from Agu. Lots of damage come out from Agu. He's just completely taken over this team fight due to the space made by Ray. Now they're actually able to deny the Dragon Soul from the Ballin' fans here. Donnie getting picked a little bit early in that fight was very, very detrimental to them because he could not come in for the smite. Very well played by Agu there. That's definitely going to be a little bit of a montage clip if you ask me. There will be a montage coming probably next weekend. Need a little bit of time to put it together. But this is a close game, guys. This is very, very close. Could definitely swing either way. As much as we are seeing a gold lead on on Sims for Scuttle here, excuse me. Really need to be careful with where Syndra's positioning here because she can get picked very easily with the comp that they have. They have Thresh on the flanks. They have the threat of the Mordekaiser ulti, and they have the cross-map leap from Jarvan that they have to be afraid of. So, not meaning to beat up on the Syndra here. It's very, very hard to position against this team. So, we're going to see how it goes out. We are going to see Sims for Scuttle go ahead and secure that Baron. It's looking good for Sims for Scuttle here. If Agu is able to get consistent damage off in these fights like he has before with the space that Give Me Scuttle is creating, I don't see how they lose. Despite the difficulty with Syndra being able to perform into this team composition, I'm thinking that they can play this on their own. Definitely gonna have to see how this plays out. I am very glad to see how close this game is, though, despite having all of the fills and the Bowling Cat fans. They're definitely holding up quite a bit. Give me Scuttle, taking a lot of poke damage. You're going to get instantly ulted by the Jarvan here, but he does have a lot of follow-up from his team. Neo is able to dodge that Orianna ult. They could actually pressure this forward a little bit more once they have this stun from Cinder coming back up. And we are seeing a lot of pressure come out in the top lane from Agu here. He's drawing the entire team to him because they can't just ignore him. And they know the Mordekaiser can't match him. This is a level 18 Aatrox. Take a look at the items. Agu is going to be able to proc the Duskblade on top of the Maw. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to get out of this one, but he is going to do a lot of damage to them, as well as create pressure for the rest of Sims for Scuttle here to go ahead and take down that bot inhibitor. He's looking close, guys. He's looking real close. We're 33 minutes in, almost. So the death timer is long. It could still go either way. Beautiful ult from the Panda Queen in order to complement that QE from the Cinder here. Luton getting taken down, which is a lot of the Bowling Cat fans' damage, so I'm not surprised if Sims for Scuttle actually just tries to pressure this lead even further by just clearing the waves and taking both the mid and the top inhibitor here. 3 inhibs is very, very hard to hold, especially if they're ever able to get Baron. And if they're not able to get on a Neo here, then there's just not really much they can do. Are seeing the flash come through from Chrono. Ooh, tries to ult Snake there, but he gets bursted really quickly, as well as a very well-timed stopwatch from Snake here. And it looks like Sims for Scuttle are just going to take over this game. JZ Jack's getting a little bit too low. Jarvan unable to confirm the kill onto Snake there. This game is 100% going towards Sims for Scuttle. Seeing that TP from Agu just confirmed, but there's no way JZ Jax can hold this on his own, unfortunately. I think that was well played by both teams, honestly. Very, very well played. But round 1 is going to go to Sims for Scuttle. The Panda Queen with a 3000 ping, making it work. All right, thank you everyone for participating. Here are the damage charts that you can see. We're gonna go ahead and set up the next draft. And the side selection will always go towards the losing team, so we're gonna go ahead and get in touch with JZ Jax. Turn the music back on for you guys while I'm a little bit quiet. Got some stuff to work on. I don't have my my co-caster here with me today. He is actually performing in these games. Now, the scoreline here is not great. You know, it is what it is. It's his first game of the day, first time playing in an environment like this. But all things considered, I don't think he did too badly. Definitely got some good ults in there. And just the pressure that Mordekaiser creates, regardless of all of this, is going to be very beneficial for them. So, 1 second here. Let's get this set up. Is this Jack Black? What is this song? That sounds like Jack Black to me. I'm gonna have to look at that. Those cravens backstabbed me, deceived me. I'm not tripping, right? That sounds like Jack Black in a League of Legends song. Oh, that's Jorn Londe. I'm sorry to anybody who's a fan of him. I don't know who that is. Spectate link out for the teams here. Looks like we're going to be playing on the same sides, which makes it easy for me because I don't actually have to change anything. So I like that. I like that a lot. Regime, I know how to It's the Pentakill singer. Okay, so he always sings for Pentakill. Interesting. I've never listened to any of the Pentakill music myself. But Riot does some pretty good stuff. Yes, I did turn off my phone Wi-Fi. The Panda Queen is playing on the same Wi-Fi that I'm streaming on. I also have the Twitch stream open, so that probably played a big factor into it.
There's way more to avenge. Oh, 15 million.
Thanks for waiting, guys. Getting everything set up as per usual.
Without much hope. Not too long ago, this kingdom was a golden state of hope.
Do you guys ever just accidentally turn up the DPI on your mouse and it ruins your entire day? That happens to me consistently.
Bring back hope and peace. Restore our Gloria.
It really is quite the day ruiner. Especially if you play like shooters or something. I mean, it definitely matters for games like League of Legends. But when you're playing a shooter or something like that and you do 8 360s on accident when you're just trying to look over at the wall, it's pretty disheartening. Whether or not it's an easy fix or not, right? It's just kind of awkward. It's kind of like getting your socks wet, or like getting sand in your socks or something like that. It's just uncomfortable. Don't like it. Don't want to have to deal with it if you don't have to. Anyways, like I said, same sides. Waiting on the draft here. Waiting on everyone to get in the lobby. We're going to look through ways to kind of ease this process for the next tournament. But at least you guys could say you were here for the start of it all. This is the test run tournament. I mean, it's still stakes and everything. There's no prize entry, or there's no entry fee to this tournament, but there are prizes. Prizes that I may have to give out today. Okay, they are ready for draft. The draft is beginning. Get the music off. As much as we enjoyed the guy who sounded like Jack Black, we're gonna have to put him on mute for a second. That way we can talk about the draft. All right, what are you guys thinking? What are you guys thinking? You think Ball and Cat fans can pull this one back? You thinking Sips for Scuttle is gonna give him a nice 2-0? What do you guys think about the following game too? How do you think Crayon Box is gonna do? Only one way to find out, and it's to continue the games. Not sure why draft is not starting. There we go. Ball and Cat fans on the blue side again, looking at the first ban, Syndra ban. I don't blame him. That Syndra was absolutely oppressive last game. Very, very good AoE knockbacks, AoE stuns, AoE damage, even pick potential with her single target ultimate. If Syndra gets ahead, it feels like there's nothing you can do against her. She just kind of turns into a raid boss. Are we going to see the Mordekaiser banned out? Just kidding. We're going to see the Aatrox banned out from the Ball and Cat fans here. I was a little curious about that, considering they may want to run the Mordekaiser in the top lane one more time. Renekton ban, of course, once more. We'll see if they pick the Mordekaiser first pick here for Ball and Cat fans. Although I don't believe Agu, the top laner from Sims for Scuttle, ever plays Mordekaiser himself, so I don't think they have to worry about getting that picked. We are seeing the Hui ban come through again. I think a lot of that comes down just to matchup knowledge and experience. They don't really know how to play against them because he just came out, like 2 weeks ago or something like that? So you're just going to go ahead and, get that out of there so they don't have to deal with it. Once again, banning the Katarina and the Akali from JZ Jax. JZ Jax is getting pinned down here, not getting a lot of his picks in this tournament, or in this series at least. Kind of the tournament as a whole. He's gotten a lot of his stuff banned out from him. Money on my balls, well, you will see him play later. But for now, we're looking at Sims for Scuttle, and we're looking at Ball and Cat fans for potentially 2 more matches, or potentially 1 more match. I don't know, we'll see. Sims for Scuttle pulling out the Jarvan, the unethical League of Legends champion pick, but that's okay. Sometimes you got to be a little unethical to win. That's how it goes. We don't judge people out here. In solo queue, I will get mad at someone picking Jarvan, but hey, we're in a competitive environment here, so anything goes. We are seeing the Hecarim coming out from the Donny Tsunami. Yasuo, I imagine, is going to be the mid lane from Ball and Cat fans. That's going to be JZ Jax on the Yasuo. And he doesn't have super reliable knockups besides the Thresh. They are going to let the Thresh go through as well. Which is surprising to see. We're seeing Yone picked from Simster Scuttle here, which is one of Neo's favorite picks in the mid lane there. So very good synergy with Jarvan as well. Yone being able to hit his abilities can pretty much confirm a kill no matter how behind the Yone is. Most of the time, Yone doesn't have to hit his abilities. He can just use his Q3 and his R for mobility. And as long as the fight's good, he'll get the kill. It's just how it goes. Seeing the Janna pick come out from the Panda Queen here on the Sims for Scuttle side. Really, really good into Hecarim Yasuo. Hecarim does not want to deal with the Janna, that's for sure. Makes his life very, very tough. Gonna see an Aphelios ban respecting the Luton, giving him the respect that he does deserve because he's absolutely scary on that pick. The damage numbers just come out rapidly whenever that champion is picked. So, especially when Luton's on it. He's always performing. Camille ban coming through. Don't want to deal with that from the Sims for Scuttle top lane. Very, very hard to get pressure against Camille in a lot of matchups. I'm not too sure what Chrono's champ pool is looking like today. But that's a thing, indeed. Ornn ban coming through from Sims for Scuttle. Riven ban coming through from Ball and Cat fans. Even though we didn't see it picked last time, we have the Aatrox and the Riven down for Agu, so I'm curious to see what he's going to pick. This is 4 bans for Agu on the Sims for Scuttle side, and only 1 pick for JZ Jax. As we know, JZ Jax does have a decent champ pool of his own. We're seeing the Jinx, so definitely leaning into this hyper carry to try and get this victory. A lot of frontline damage, peel, and pressure just due to the Yone and Jarvan anyways. So she's definitely happy with playing this front to back as long as she can, you know, not get rolled over by the Hecarim. But it's going to be hard for Hecarim to land his E on the Jinx ever with the Janna existing in this game. He's going to have to kind of buffer that in with his ultimate. If he can ult on top of her and then get the E off before getting interrupted by Janna, then definitely has a chance to just get a free Yasuo ult onto the Jinx. But once again, I mean, Yasuo ults a Jinx. They're going to have to deal with the Hecarim and Yasuo, yeah, but the Janna will have a lot of peel still. So there's a lot of pressure on the Janna this game. A lot of pressure on the Jinx this game. We are seeing the Thresh Lucian bot lane into the Janna Jinx, which I don't think Thresh and Lucian are necessarily great picks into Janna. However, Jinx, of course, we all know, has her lack of mobility. So if one little mistake gets made, we're going to be seeing some danger. Some danger indeed. We are seeing the Teemo pick from Ball and Cat fans here. Very, very surprised to see that one. Interesting. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. We see the Teemo pick by Chrono. This is his debut moment to come in and try and do something this game, and he picks Teemo. I'm speechless. What can I say? I'm speechless. We're seeing a Graves hover into the Rumble pick. I think Rumble is quite dominant into Teemo here, so gonna be hard for Teemo to live in the laning phase, but we'll see how it goes. See how much jungle pressure we get from that side. Get them to go ahead and start. And we will once more turn on some beautiful tunes and wait out this 3-minute delay. I'll move over the client so you guys can see. I think we all know where everyone's going this game, but there was always a chance for a team up mid there. Twilight Zone draft phase. Go SS, that's what I'm saying, man. Go Sims for Scuttle. I want them taking the victory. I want to see them going against Ball and Cat fans. Crayon Fox here. I mean, much love for Ball and Cat fans again. You don't know how much respect I have for this team for getting all of these individuals together to play. They weren't all drafted by the same people, but you know what I mean. Lots of fills, lots of last-minute decisions, and just pick a player and move on from Ball and Cat fans here. So much respect to them for getting this together. I should get commentary of one of the finalists I just got a note about. I am happy to do an interview with the game that wins, or the team that wins. I'm not sure what you mean by commentary, like an interview, or were you looking for like commentary during game? I am having some of the captains record their point of views. That way we can get some hype comms for the montage. We can upload some of their moments as well. Anyways, we'll see how it goes. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. Alright. Getting into this very shortly, about 40 seconds in, before that spectate delay is over. Thank you all for your patience and your support. And, you know, I gotta do it. I hate to do it, but I'm gonna be that guy. And request that we do get some follows from the chat, if you are able. You know, if you don't want to follow me, you don't want to see my notifications, that's fine. I get it. I stream a lot of solo queue too, but we are going to be doing some tournaments in the future, some more tournaments in the future. Like I said, we've got one in February, but I only need 12 more followers before I get affiliate. And if you guys could help me get that, that would be awesome. Maybe we can get some sponsors in the future, add to the prize pool. I think it'd be awesome. But thank you guys for watching anyways. Hopefully it's been entertaining. If you have any suggestions for me, I'll always take those because like I said, this is my first time doing anything like this. And I care about the quality. I want things to improve. Even something super obvious like, hey, maybe your overlay shouldn't just be some Times New Roman font, white letters up at the top of the screen. That works too. I mean, I'm going to change that anyways, but looks like we are going to be starting the game on a pause here, but hopefully not for too long. Let me get the music off as well. Excuse me.
A summoner has disconnected.
Yeah, it looks like we had a disconnect from Jay-Z Jax here.
A summoner has reconnected.
Anyways, how you guys doing today? Everyone having a good Saturday? You guys trying to watch some games tomorrow, or you hoping it all wraps up now, just so you know the results? Take a look at the runes real quick. Looking pretty standard all the way around. PTA and Lucian. Aftershock on Thresh, which typically we'll see the Guardian. That is Aftershock, right? I don't know. It looks like it. Tempo on Yasuo. Conquer on Hecarim, which kind of depends on the composition that Hecarim wants to run into. Typically he'll go Phase Rush if he thinks that he can get a lot of value. Which in this case, maybe Phase Rush would be good, trying to address the Jinx. However, dealing with the Jarvan and the Rumble, and the Yone even, Conquer is going to be very, very beneficial for the Hecarim here, so I think that was a good pick. PTA on the Teemo, not seeing the Dark Harvest. And once again, I'll go into this, I went into this last time, but Teemo is not necessarily a troll pick like he used to be back in the day. The shrooms do tons of damage. I don't know if it's the items or the runes nowadays, but just being able to set up traps near these objectives, especially when your team's not able to go over and take the space beforehand with the vision, it can be very, very beneficial, because I believe that the Teemo shrooms last a little bit longer than most wards. Yeah, we are seeing the Teemo pick in the top lane versus the Rumble, so I'm not expecting that Chrono's going to have a good time here. I'll just be flat out honest. It's not even just a skill difference at this point. It is simply not a great matchup for Teemo. He is sending it, though. I respect it. I absolutely respect it. I've just realized how horrible my little overlay thing looks. Let me fix this real quick. Bear with me. First time. Forgive me. Want to be able to get all the details. Maybe I'll have an actual overlay made next time. Seeing some messages in the chat. I don't think I can pull this back up. Oh, I can. We the pause team. I mean, I think it's okay for Ball and Cat fans to be the pause team. We'll cut them some slack this time. Like I've mentioned so many times already, it's just been an eventful team. This may be harder than the actual games themselves. Trying to get everyone together, trying to figure out how to play around your brand new teammates. We are seeing a full stack from the Ball and Cat fans here. We are going to see some freezing in the client side. That always happens whenever there's a pause, but it'll resolve itself. So don't worry about that. Hopefully we don't miss a hook here, but I believe the Panda Queen's going to get out scot-free unless we do see the flash committed by Ice here. But she could just trade flash as well. She does have the vision to see if the flash comes through. One moment. Nice. Gonna hit the Q. Once again, the Panda Queen getting the amazing advantage of that 20 gold in the early game. Stacking that support item faster than the enemy support can definitely be beneficial for your laning phase. We are seeing a ward on Donnie Tsunami's blue here. Curious to see where he starts. He's pathing over towards the Jarvan's Raptors almost as if he wants to start over there. He is getting hovered by JZ Jax here as well. Just gonna get the ward down. That way we can get both of the clears tracked. We'll see how it goes. Are seeing some ping issues from the Panda Queen once more. Fortunately, 100 and something is playable, but once it starts hitting that like 150 mark, it gets a little bit rough. Oh, that is an interesting ping that we see by JZ Jax here, is actually that Yone has Ignite. Maybe because he's confident winning the 1v1 versus Yasuo, but typically we would want to see a TP, especially in these competitive environments. Good trading by Rumble. He's actually going to lose that trade just a little bit. Chrono's not going to actually lose any XP off of that trade either, so not bad at all. Although he is going to have to try and push for the level 2 here and respect the Rumble simply just walking into him like this. Neolaven almost taking a tower shot there, but he knows his champion. He knows the limits. He knows that it is a kind of a given that you're going to tank some tower shots on the Yone and Yasuo champions. They're just tower magnets. Oh, we're seeing a really good engage by Ice here. Sad to see that we missed it. A lot of damage on a Snake. Snake's going to go down, still blow the flash and the ghost, unfortunately. And Ice following up with a really, really clean hook as well. Luden's going to tank a tower shot. Panda Queen's going to flash away and survive. Very, very well done here by Ice. Very well executed thrush engagements. They do have to be careful in this lane. It looks like they may have overstepped just a little bit. Like I said, we missed it. But Thresh Lucian is very, very oppressive early. Just Lucian in general is oppressive early. And this is his time to snowball, so Luton's definitely taking advantage of that. Panda Queen not going to be able to hold the wave. Walking up a little bit here, taking some more damage, but her pot's going, so she's happy to stay. We're seeing both junglers clear from top to bot, and they both know it as well. Because we saw the wards in the early game there come out. Looking pretty close here in the mid lane. General trading. Chrono might actually be susceptible to getting dove here, especially after tanking that E. That's very, very scary for him. So we're looking at a potential massive loss for Chrono here. The level up is going to save him a little bit of HP, but Agu is still going to go for the dive in order to deny about 2.5 waves of minions here. So very, very rough for Chrono. Chrono flash down. Teleport is up. And Agu's going to be able to take a nice little reset. Very good roam by Ice, forcing the flash out from Neolaban here. But Ray is looking to go back in. Yone is posturing, making it a little obvious here. Gimme Scuttle's not going to be able to go in for this engagement. One second, please. Ooh, lots of tornadoes coming out here. Neolaban trying to commit here. Going to see the Jax, the Jay-Z Jax flash in here to get that Q. Very, very well played by him. Panda Queen's going to try and hold the wave here.
Courageous Giga Guard.
Jay-Z Jax really making an effort to get that wave crashed in to try and deny a little bit from the Yone, but it looks like he's going to be able to get back in time to get most of it. Chrono playing off a slow push here, trading back confidently, knowing that Agu's not able to all in on top of that big wave. Very good hook by Ice there, but they're unable to follow through. W goes wide by Snakean. We are seeing an invade by Donnie Tsunami here, even in levels here. Very, very good mid priority, but Jay-Z Jack's going to hit a tornado over the wall in order to confirm the ult onto Neolaban. Gimme Scuttle's going to be able to flash in to get that last hit onto Donnie Tsunami here. Not able to dodge the Yasuo tornado. Rumble ult is coming through. They're going to try and turn this the best they can on the Sims for Scuttle side. And it looks like it's going to be a very, very good benefit for Sims for Scuttle. Donnie Tsunami going for the invade there. Didn't quite have the priority he needed in order to execute that properly. Not to mention that the 1v1 between Hecarim and Jarvan here was pretty close. Jarvan is very much Hecarim is very much a scaling champion nowadays. Nakian looking like he's in a pretty rough spot. Trying to commit for a kill here by himself. Maybe he got zoned off there a little bit by the wave. And the Panda Queen is going to go down as well. Alright, and we are pausing due to some ping issues here. What are you guys thinking about the game state so far? Like I said, not overly interesting, not too much going on in the early game. I mean, this is a lot of kills for the early game, but I don't know. The lanes are looking pretty volatile. I think top lane's relatively volatile. The jungle matchup could go either way, although we are seeing a pretty significant lead on Gimme Scuttle here. Yeah, router restart angle, unfortunately. We can't prevent these things from happening. Sorry about this, everyone, but it is what it is. We need to keep things as fair as possible for everybody, so when there are ping spikes like this, it's important that a team pauses so they don't accidentally lose out on some of their advantages. We are seeing some readies in the chat. So we should be becoming unpaused soon, although this is going to cause some freezing in the client, of course, but hopefully we don't miss anything too intense here.
Zap action.
Go ahead and take a look at the items here. We're seeing Teemo struggling a little bit in this lane as we expected. And the pause, of course, or the little stutter, of course. We are seeing the Yone with a significant gold lead here in the mid lane due to that skirmish that happened at the Raptors pit. Very, very beneficial for Sims for Scuttle. They want to see some gold on this Yone, because if Yone gets off a big ult in the team fight, especially when he's ahead as he is right now, as long as he's scaling properly into this mid game, he's going to absolutely one-shot everyone. There's not really much they can do. This goes for Yasuo, Teemo, Hecarim, Thresh, Lucian. All of them can easily just get instantly deleted by Yone if a good combo is executed here. We are seeing Luton 3-0 on the Lucian. Only thing about Lucian is this is to be expected in the early game from him. Obviously, if both sides are playing super, super well, then they can kind of negate this Lucian early game by trading some CS and XP. But Luton has come out on top with a few kills here. We're going to see how he plays the scaling into the mid game. Because as we all know, Lucian does not scale the same way a lot of other ADCs do into the late game. Like, his damage is great, his scaling is fine, but it's more so his ability to reliably DPS in these fights without having to overexert himself to get his damage off. Seeing a good roam by Ice here as well. Yone gonna have to snap back sooner rather than later. Seeing a missed play from Ice here. Very, very well placed ultimate by Neolaven. He's gonna end up taking down Yasuo to the Ignite here. Yasuo not able to get off that tornado in order to get his flow shield back to prevent that Ignite from killing him. If Yasuo is able to get off that tornado or any ult whatsoever, in this situation they could easily turn this on Neolaven, but it looks like Neolaven is going to come in with a clean 1v2 due to the minor misplays by Ball and Cap fans here. So nice try from both sides, but that is the nature of the matchup, especially whenever you're playing these high APM, these high mechanical champions. You do get punished for missing things like a tornado or other members of your team missing the knockups and things like that. So very, very sad to see for the Ball and Cap fans there, although they can still come back. But like I said, Yone he's going to be 5-1 after this kill. We know that Thresh is not going to get away here. He has no sums, no answer to this at all. He is going to blow the stopwatch. Oh, Donnie Tsunami coming in. We actually might see another kill go to Neolaven here. As we know, Yone is just an absolutely crazy champion. If he hit that Q2, he would have gotten the Q3 and would have been able to take down Donnie as well, but the hitbox on those are not like gigantic. So, you know, we miss him sometimes. Very good invade by Give Me Scuttle, just going to go straight into Donnie's jungle and take him out. A lot of this comes from the top pressure that they're able to draw from the top lane, but as we can see, it looks like this is going to happen anyways. Donnie clearing his jungle at low HP, with Jarvan having as much mobility as he does, is most definitely quite scary for Donnie. Take another look at the scoreboard. Lucian still 3-0. He is going to go ahead and pick up that Essence Reaver, which will give him even more power in lane. But as long as the Sims for Scuttle bot lane is able to kind of negate their losses here, not die too many more times, and still pick up a lot of that CS and XP that they need to, they're going to scale just nicely into that late game while Yone is doing a lot of the brunt work here. We're seeing gold leads on people we want gold leads on. It is unfortunate to see the Jinx a little bit behind, but at the end of the day, it takes one kill in the team fight, one kill or assist. And that gold lead suddenly doesn't matter as much anymore. She's performing on the same level as like a normally fed ADC in a situation like that. So we'll see how they want to play around these hooks. Need to be very, very cautious. The hook could most definitely net an easy kill for Luton with the Essence Reaver spike that he just got. Luton's going to go ahead and pop the ultimate. I think he knew it wasn't going to kill there, but more importantly, it gives him a lot of lane pressure. So one single hook on the Jinx, and she is going to go down, guaranteed. Getting a lot of aggression here from Neo, utilizing this gold lead that he has in the mid lane. Very well executed wind wall by JZ Jack to prevent the knockup there. If he does get knocked up by the Q3 there, then Yone can usually just go ahead and send that in with his ultimate as well and just secure the kill immediately. So, very well played by JZ Jax there. Donnie going into the opposing team's jungle in order to clear vision here. And they're going to look to try and kill the bot lane on the way back, but we do have Give Me Scuttle hovering here as well. They need to wait for the Jinx to come back before they create a fight here. But they could alternatively just wait for the Yone to do a nice little E-flash ult engage to surprise them here. We are going to see Neil rotate back to mid as Donnie is going to give away the camps and change his mind on that invade, knowing that the Jinx is coming back and that the mid is roaming, but they don't really have a lot of time to work with here. Nice try on the hook from Ice. would have most definitely been beneficial to hit in that situation, so we don't blame them for going for that one at all. More aggression by Neo. Very, very good win wall once again by JZ Jax. JZ Jax seems pretty comfortable in this matchup. Gonna see the ult go a little bit wide from Neo Laven here. Still exerting this pressure against JZ Jax. JZ Jax is not afraid to trade back though, that's for sure. Take another look at the scoreboard here. Seeing some CS advantages in the top lane, the mid lane. And some kill advantages here as well. Snake is going to go down to Luton, as we know. Luton has scaled quite significantly here. And Donnie is actually going to go down to the tower, I think? He lives on very low HP. And it doesn't look like the Panda Queen wants to commit to this at all. She knows she is having some ping issues.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
That is going to be an early tower for the Ballin' Cat fans there, which is a good advantage for them. They're not as behind in gold as they once were. They're relying a lot on Neo to spread his lead here. He is just going to go ahead and try and pick up the Hecarim there. The Hecarim won't go down. He is going to have to force out the Hecarim ultimate, which is pretty good for them. This renders the dragon fight a lot more playable without the Hecarim ultimate. Chrono hovering his team's Gromp to try and take that back, and Chrono is going to take the Gromp away from Give Me Scuttle. He's going to hit that blind. I don't know if he blinded the camp just for the damage or if he blinded Give Me Scuttle in order to prevent that takeover there, but well played by him regardless. He's not getting tilted. Look at the mental on this team. 0-2, about 20 CS down. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's going to do his thing. He's going to put down his shrooms. He's going to hit his blinds. He's fine with it. Now we do see Snake overextending here for a wave with no tower. I think Lucian's going to be able to take him down, but Yoni's going to go ahead and come through with the E to get the movement speed early. Luton's going to dash away as he should. He's going to throw out the ultimate, which is, you know, it's not a huge cooldown for the Ballin' Cat fans here. I think it's okay to throw the Lucian ult out just a little bit. Get some chunk damage in there. It's not the best ultimate as far as most of the ADCs, but we are going to see Ballin' Cat fans pick up this dragon. They lost a lot of space on the bot side by having the tower fall. Seeing a shutdown onto Yone there, overextending just a little bit, fighting off a little bit more than he can chew. Looking at another pretty close game here. These teams seem to be pretty evenly matched. Seeing the quick plays come out from Lucian here. Very good item on him. We're going to see the Ballin' Cat fans top lane rotate, or Ballin' Cat fans bot lane rotate up into the top lane here to try and take down this tower, because they do have quite a significant lead. If they force a lot of the team to respond to them, they might be able to take them down. Take another look at the tab here. Oh, and it looks like Neo Laven's going to be able to pick up the kill on the Luton there. Wasn't able to connect a lot of those ult shots. Very, very scary to see Neo Laven so fed on the Yone here, as we do know it's one of his main champions. We're seeing the Jarvan ult committed for the Teemo here. It's not going to net much gold for them, just due to the fact that Teemo is already 0-3. So that is a really, really big cooldown that they're committing to the Teemo there. But it could be worth it, because they might be able to pick up the spot tower. See, Give Me Scuttle invading the red buff here. Agu trying his best to take this top tower with the pressure that they've created. Snake walking up on his own, confident in dodging that Yasuo tornado. Seeing some aggression by Neo Laven here, might be able to take down the Thresh, but he is going to get bursted heavily by the Lucian there. He's going to get the Thresh kill, but he's not going to be able to get out. He has the rest of Ballin' Cat fans collapsing onto him here. Getting caught out of position is pretty bad there, giving the shutdown to Yasuo. Could be a little bit scary for Sims for Scuttle here. Seeing some good rotations over the Herald here. It looks like Sims for Scuttle will not be able to contest it as they have Jaina and Rumble on a recall here. The Jinx Rocket might come out. Looks like it has come out. Got pretty close, but Donnie Tsunami being very disciplined on the smite there. Now we're seeing some standard mid-game stuff. Everyone's kind of getting their bearings straight, trying to figure out their lane assignments, trying to get that vision control over the objectives. And we are seeing some various picks come out here, so let's see how it goes. 2 big shutdowns on the Rumble and the Jarvan here, so they need to play pretty safely, play preserved, but they also can't let the game escape their hands. They have a significant lead, they can't give it away. Snake really playing confidently into this Yasuo here. We are seeing Ice, the Thresh rotate in here, a very good tornado by the Janna in order to try and peel. Good W by the Snake just to ensure that the Thresh can't get close enough to land that flay. Because as we all know, if Thresh lands the flay, it makes the hook a lot easier to hit, especially if they don't have any sums, which in this case, Snake has both sums up, Jaina has exhaust as well, which is part of the reason he's playing so aggressively on this. Very nice sidestep by Snake there. Ice trying to read it out. You can tell he tried to read the right side sidestep, but couldn't quite get it through. Neo posturing aggressively here, seeing if he can make some sort of play happen with his ultimate. He knows how fed he is. He knows how much agency he has over this game. So we like to see him in these aggressive positions, kind of scouting, looking to catch a little fish in the river. Seeing a lot of dominance from Sims for Scuttle here as far as vision goes. Yasuo once again going in. You want to see that ult into the knockup from Hecarim, just as we discussed earlier. There's nothing Jaina can do to stop that. So she is going to be able to flash out scot-free. Snake is going to try and get in his autos here. He gets excited off this kill here. He's going to try and walk in. We do see a TP coming in from the Teemo in order to prevent this Yone from getting too much done. Ooh, very good hook by Ice, but as we discussed earlier, it doesn't really matter if Yone lands his abilities or not, especially being as fed as he is. He can more so just use them for mobility, use them to get in and stop the enemy team from doing anything. Dragon's going to be going over to Sims for Scuttle. They already have a significant gold lead despite being down 2 dragons, so it is nice to see that they were finally able to group and get this dragon out of the way without having anybody pick beforehand. Successful fight for them. Snake can throw down the traps, back up a little bit after tanking out Lucian Q for 9 million damage. Neo coming in for a very aggressive play. Again, this is very dangerous for him. He does have Q3. He's going to try and turn on the Luton. Misses the Q3. Going to flash away. Trade the flashes with Luton in order to get the shutdown on Yone there. They can actually get a lot done here. The Herald is going to crash once. It's not going to be able to take down the whole tower. Good Shirelles by the Panda Queen there, but very good Lantern in response from Ice as well in order to kind of pick that, take that fight apart and prevent that engagement by Sims for Scuttle. Because Jinx was ready. Jinx was absolutely ready to go in, committing the ghost. Seeing low mana on the Jinx here as well, so we'll see if they try to siege this with Jinx on the recall. .36 ping unleashed, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're seeing this ping improve from the Panda Queen, so it's looking real grim for Ball and Cat fans. They were able to kind of get a little bit of a lead, make this into somewhat of an even game with the Panda Queen on 2000 ping, but now she's feeling confident. She's going to walk up, tank that Thresh hook, not care, because she understands that she has her Jinx behind her, and there's going to be a lot of damage coming through. I don't think they want to commit to that, no matter how ahead Luton is, just because they do have the Jarvan hovering in this situation as well. They're simping for Scuttle. I just had to double check and make sure. Okay, give me Scuttle walking in for the aggressive vision. Barely able to dodge a Thresh hook there. Nice try by Ice. And we do have the rest of Sims for Scuttle rotating over. Potentially even looking to contest this blue buff because they do have the vision. I want to see a Rumble ult come through here with the Jarvan. Very well executed combo by them. Going to see Donnie Tsunami go for the backline as he should. Lucian getting off a very impactful ultimate in this fight. And it looks like Fallen fans actually might be able to turn this. Lucian's waiting on one more dash. He should be able to one-shot the Jinx here. Looks like it's not quite up yet. He still had 2 seconds on it by the time she was able to outspace him. We're seeing some pings of rage from Donnie Tsunami here, having to deal with the Janna. As we expected. They did give him Scuttle indeed. They absolutely gave him Scuttle. And we like to see. Seeing some space taken over here by Ball and Cap fans at this Baron. Trying to get some of this vision down. Let's go ahead and press tab, see what's going on. We do have a Yone on 3 items. We do have Agu getting a lot of damage in, but potentially getting picked here. Neo's going to come in to follow up with so much damage on the Yone. That is just absurd. He has the Q3 ready, going to knock up Donnie Tsunami. No ult from Neo, so they're not able to continue onto the Hecarim, but he's happy to walk into their jungle and try and see what else he can do. We're seeing the value of the Teemo Shrooms here. I think they may have seen those get put down, so they didn't want to commit any further, because regardless of if the Teemo's 0-4 not doing a ton of damage, the slow on those Shrooms is definitely not something you want to mess with. Now, Neo coming in with a very creative flank as well to try and stop these resets and pick up a free kill on Ice. Very, very nice. Not going to commit to the Baron here. They understand the risks. Daisy Jack's not going to go for the ultimate here. It's actually on cooldown. So Yone is going to punish him there for going for that trade. No ult. Did not see any healer engage from Donnie Tsunami. There may have been a bit of a miscommunication. I'm not sure if they knew that Jarvan was clearing the Raptor side there, because he could have easily rotated over once Hecarim had ulted in their back line. Once again, we're seeing some just tremendous pressure from Sims for Scuttle here, despite the ping issues they were having earlier. We do see Luton get a Lantern in here. I'm not sure if they see Neo here, so they might actually commit. It was Chrono being Lanterned in, not Luton. Nice peel from the Thresh, but unfortunately, the Yone is just too far ahead in order to care about that kind of stuff. So, not quite enough damage coming out from Chrono to confirm that kill, although I don't even know if Luton could have done it himself either. So, once again, a fed Yone is very, very scary to deal with. It can feel unfair to deal with. But we got to give it to Neo for being quite proficient on this champion regardless. You know, you got to get fed to get to that point. So, he was able to make it happen. He's now reaping the benefits. Gonna see a clear setup for the dragon here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Ball and Cat fans' vision. They don't have any vision on the dragon, although I imagine they know they're doing it. So they're gonna go ahead and try and trade the Baron here. We do see Neo Laven rotating over. We see the whole Sims for Scuttle team rotating over. We'll see if they get there in time. Now, Ice is gonna be able to peel very well here, delaying this Yone ult. The longer this Yone ult takes to come out, the faster. Oh my gosh. Very, very good ult by Neo Laven there. He's very, very fed, so he's able to clean up a lot of the kills there. And they're going to punish Ball and Cat fans for taking this Baron, although Ball and Cat fans did not have too many options. I think it was a good call by them. If they were able to do it just a little bit faster, they could have probably escaped. But part of this also does come down to Yone having such significant damage on that mid wave, being able to force it out and not get like super proper vision of Sims for Scuttle on the rotation over. Now Luton is really going for the hero play here. I don't blame him. He is the team's carry. Oh, and he's going to be able to pick up the kill on to give me Scuttle there as well. So Luton is trying his best to carry this game. He wants to be the hero for his team. He needs to be the hero for his team if they want to come back and win this at all. Luton said, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to show you that Lucian scales through all levels of the game. I don't care what time it is. I don't care if they're grouped. I don't care if they're Yone's fed. I'm going to run them down by myself. And we actually do still see that Luton has the Baron. I believe he's the only one on the Ball and Cat fans team that has the Baron here. But regardless, one Baron's better than no Barons. Much better than no Barons. Having one wave of these little purple dudes pushing into the Nexus is definitely going to force some pressure. The way I like to think about it is when you have at least one person with Baron, that kind of results in one additional member from the enemy team needing to respond to that wave. That's typically how like the side laning and the split pushing works in general, but you know, not every champion can wave clear these Baron minions. Ooh, Neo Laven gonna get pulled by a hook here. Not gonna see a commitment from Ice as he knows from seeing off that mid wave that Agu is rotating over, and Agu is just ready to send it. He does get hooked here. Not quite respecting the lack of vision there. So that's a pretty big kill for Ball and Cap fans. That was Rumble's first death, so that is going to be a shutdown going to somebody. I don't know who got that, but look at the items again. We are seeing a Medjai's from the Rumble as well, so he did lose some significant stacks on that, which is quite a detriment in power for Sims for Scuttle here. But I think Yone, Jarvan are so ahead at this point it doesn't matter. Jinx has done a good job keeping up at farm, negating the amount of deaths she has, despite how volatile the Lucian can be in the early to mid game. So I'm expecting we see some Jinx pop off soon. Not able to do anything off of that death from Agu. Just because there are no objectives up. I'm gonna try and get some side items in, but doing the thing. Bit of a lull state here, waiting for the recalls and all that kind of stuff. I imagine we see the dragon soon. Not seeing any pings from the Panda Queen on her current latency issues, so I'm assuming things have resolved. Good to see for the Sims for Scuttle side. Good utilization of the Jinx rockets, the additional range that she gets. Now we're just waiting for stuff to happen. We have dragon spawning in about a minute. Gonna see how both teams want to play this fight out. We'll go ahead and take a look at the vision lines as well. Oh, before we do that, let's see what Ice is looking at here. Jinx W's gonna go wide. Just gonna walk in for a ward. Blue team has no vision on dragon here except for this one singular ward in the pit, so they're gonna have to take their guesses on who may be in these bushes. Yone has showed himself, perhaps a little bit too early. Eon cooldown, which is a lot of the pressure from Sims for Scuttle here. It looks like Ball and Cat fans are just opting to push mid here and give away the dragon. They want to be able to trade something here, knowing that they're not quite comfortable walking in alone. Ice is going to walk away promptly because he notices he's quite pressured. But it looks like Sims for Scuttle is actually just going to fully rotate to this. What is that? Hook? I'm confused. Big ult by the Rumble, big ult by the Jarvan, but we do see a nice ult coming out from JZ Jack, taking down the Jarvan instantly. Huge ult from the Yone. Is he going to be able to clean this up? They are. I mean, a lot of this comes down just to the pure golden item lead from Sims for Scuttle. If Yone is able to get off good ults in these fights, he's just going to delete whoever he clicks. So very, very well played by Yone there. Well played by JZ Jax as well, getting that ultimate off onto the Jarvan, getting the kill. That may have been Jarvan's first death. It was not. It was his second death, so I don't know if there's a shutdown given by that one, but despite the tabbies and the Randuin's Omen, he still goes down to that. We are seeing 8 stacks back on the Medjai's for the Rumble, making that purchase a little bit more worth it than it was a couple seconds ago.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Seeing a lot of pressure and space taken over here at the Baron. Sims for Scuttle knows what they want. They know they have a big gold lead. Now, getting hooked here is pretty bad for the Yone. We don't want to see him chunk going into this team fight. Oh, and the Lucian ult is going to come through and actually take him down. Very well played by Lucian there. Ice tries to come in for the flash E. Not able to make it connect. Lots of damage coming in by the Hecarim. Gimme Scuttle's going to go down. This Baron looks like it might even go over to the Ball and Cat fans. Now, they're not completely doomed yet on the Sims for Scuttle side here. They still have a ton of damage that they can pressure this Baron with. Jinx is just kind of able to auto for free, able to get a kill onto the Yasuo. Very, very good. Gonna be able to flash the Hecarim and pop off. The rocket's gonna get traveled onto the rest of the team due to the Lantern. The ult's coming through. The ult's gonna come wide, but at this point, I don't think it matters, guys. It's looking like a 2v3 with 2 members of Sims for Scuttle being very, very strong as it is. see if they try and go for this Baron. I'm not sure what's the Jinx lifesteal looking like. Yeah, with the Janet tank, it looks like they might be able to get this going with the Rumble rotating over. We'll see. It's going to be really close. I don't know how tanky the Rumble is. You can actually hold off this Baron fight really quickly. Yeah, it looks like they're going to be able to take this. Mid lane Nexus tower is down, or inhibitor tower I should say. So they're going to be able to get a lot of pressure in the mid lane here with the Baron minions. And they're just going to have to hope from a good engage on the Ballin' Cat fan side with the Hecarim and the Yasuo. That's the thing about running Yasuo when you don't have a lot of knockups is he's relying on the Thresh to get the knockups for him. Obviously Yasuo can get his own knockups for sure if he's able to walk up and stack his Keeper on the wave. But as far as AoE knockups go, it's just going to have to be the Thresh. And there's a good bit of mobility from the Sims for Scuttle side here with the Jarvan. So it's going to be very hard for Ice to get in there and actually get those AoE knockups for the Yasuo. And it doesn't look like Donnie Tsunami's in the situation where he can 1v9 either, due to just the gold deficit he has. Otherwise, he'd be their only other hope. He does have Conqueror, so Hecarim's definitely a 1v9 champion. He can get in there and shred tons of damage on them, even being behind, but the gold lead for Sims for Scuttle is just too significant at this point. And it's looking like this victory is going to go over to them as long as Neo is able to keep his lead going down here. I think he did get hooked in right into the Yasuo ulti, but we've seen him outplay these before. Lots of damage onto the Luton. One more Q, the Ignite gone through. Seeing a lot of really, really well played hiding by Snake here. Snake is just able to pop off, get that Jinx ring. Running off, but it's only Teemo and Lucian left to defend the base. Now, we've seen Luton make hero plays before, but with the Jarvan pressure and the Janna pressure, I don't think that they're going to be able to take this one. And it looks like a victory is going to Sims for Scuttle. I think the main reason that they won this game is actually because they were able to prioritize the Scuttle Crabs, get the golden XP from those, and also get that internal feeling of, hey, we did what we're supposed to do. It's good for team morale, you know? GG's to everyone. We will see the damage charts here. Luton putting out a ton of very, very scary damage there, as well as the Teemo actually being the secondary carry on the Ballin' Cat fans team here. We're definitely seeing some top lane damage. We're happy to see that. Jungle diff is what we're seeing in the chat, but I'm not going to make any comments on that. I want to be respectful to all of our participants here. I do thank Ballin' Cat fans for participating, and I do want to apologize to Ballin' Cat fans for a lot of the scheduling issues, a lot of the fills needing to be granted, and various things like that. But it is what it is. It happens. Fortunately, there was no entry fee this time. If there were entry fees, we would have looked into other options. We would have refunded money or whatever. But free to enter tournament. I hope that you guys still had fun, and I hope that you guys were able to meet some new friends along the way, because that's part of the reason I set up this tournament anyways. That's part of the reason the draft is set up the way it is. But thank you guys for participating. We will be moving on to our best of 5 now. It is 4:19, so we're just a little bit behind schedule. Not too bad considering we had a 30-minute delay on the start here. We're actually going to wait a few minutes here before we start the next game. Let me get some stuff together. Excuse me. I'm gonna put you guys on hold 1 second. Here, I have an idea. One second. Just hear me out, okay? I just need you guys to hold on for 1 second before we go into the next game. Okay. Yeah, 1 second. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that to you guys. However, we do need to restart the stream really quickly because, as I told you guys, the Panda Queen is playing in the same apartment as I am. We're on the same internet. So we're going to restart the router really quickly so that she's not having as many ping issues. But we will be back in just a minute. So stay tuned. I'll see you guys in a second.